Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to robmotivejl. Although today it's robmotivejl, robmotive TJ. I've got a 1999 TJ over here. It's actually my mother's Jeep. There's some work being done, some that I'm doing and some that I'm not doing. You may notice the hood is gone right now. That's because it's been sent off to paint. A painter is also going to paint the fenders. There's some imperfections and issues with it. The grill is going to change colors, actually. And then the fender over here. So everything from here down, I believe, is going to be painted. Now, to bring you guys up to date, a few things have been done. Carpet has been put in the inside, new carpeting, and new seats. Check these out. These are awesome. Look at those things. Really changes up the interior of the TJ. Let's look in the back. This one does not have a seat in it. It came that way, and she actually likes it without the seat in it. So that's pretty cool. And look at that carpet. Really freshens it up in here. Let's go over to the driver's side. You notice the airbag's gone. It's because we're trying to pull the steering wheel. There was a bit of an issue over here. If you can see that metal, the steering wheel puller actually broke the hole out that you'd use to pull the steering wheel off. So there's going to be something else done there. I don't know exactly what, but this wheel needs to come off because unfortunately this is either worn down or broken. I don't know. Whoever had it before put some tape across here. So I'm assuming the steering wheel is not broken, but rather just all the leather and stuff came off. Who knows? So today what I'm going to do, a couple of things. We have some matting left over. It was the bed mat from the Tundra. I'm going to cut that to put it in the back to protect the new carpet back there, as well as give a surface to sit things on. And we're going to remove some of the lighting because of the painter. We're going to get it ready. So we're going to pull off these two lights here, and then we're going to remove the headlights because these, number one, are not in there very well. And number two, the painter's going to paint and we're going to replace these with original style headlights. So let's go ahead and get started. Should be pretty easy, I think. The hardest part will be the bed mat, but we have to get these lights off so that the painter can paint. So let's do it. Okay, first of all, we're going to start on the easiest first, I hope. We're going to take off these reflector lights in the front, which, by the way, we're replacing. We already have them, I believe. These take a Torx bit, or it's a T15, and hopefully these really old screws come right out, I hope. Huh. Well, wish granted. That's pretty simple. You can't get much easier than that. I'm going to try on the other one, see if I can take them off by hand, because that was way too easy. And one thing that I'm doing, I've got a bag here. I'm just going to put all the parts in it for each thing that I take off, I guess, just to make sure I don't lose anything once it comes time to reinstall this stuff. Because you know the new ones are not going to come with these ancient screws. These look just like Torx bit wood screws. Really, I guess they're maybe metal screws, I don't know. So let's see what's on the back. Well, that's pretty simple. It's just a simple plug-in, it looks like, with pressure right up here at the top. And to make it even easier for me, I think I'm going to mark the housing so that I know what goes where. So let me grab a marker. It's the little things that make life easier when you go to reinstall this stuff, right? So let's mark these with, I don't know, just two arrows pointing at each other or something, so that I know what goes where. So I'm going to put like an arrow here and an arrow here. That way I know that's what's supposed to line up, right? Believe me, it'll save you a lot of time in the long run. Now, and that just popped right off of there. Look at that. That's how how brittle some of this stuff is. Shouldn't matter, really. I don't think. And do we have one on each side? Yeah, we do. Fortunately, if we were to break something, parts are readily available, I think. You know what? You don't even have to take that off. Do you know why? Because I bet this rotates. And it does. See that? I didn't even need to do that. So, here's the old bulb. We're just going to kind of let this dangle right there. And then I'm going to throw this in the bag. Again, just to keep everything together. Now, let's go over to the other side. I mentioned I'm going to see if I can pop this one off by hand. Better grab the tool just in case. Okay, here we have bright sun right in our face, I think. Yeah, look at that. You don't even need a ratchet, man. That's cool. So, throw that in the bag. And throw that in the bag. And then the light itself, again, I'm going to mark it anyway, even though it probably only goes in one way, but I'm going to mark it so I know the top, and I'm just going to use the same arrow idea, even though I realize I'm not pulling these, and I'm glad, because that other one was so brittle I might have broken it trying to get it off. But this way you're not going to break anything. Let's make sure this washer, yeah, it can't come off. Look how faded that. Well, I've got it out here. Let's wipe the bulb off. Be a little brighter next time it's used or on. And again, we're just going to kind of let that hang right down there. Shouldn't be any issue. Put this in the bag, and then we'll move on to the headlight. All right, next up, of course, the headlights. These take the same size Torx bit, a T15. There are 3 screws holding this bezel on, this trim piece. Here, here, and right up here somewhere. So I'm going to see if I can get these off with the bulb light in. And when I put these back on, I will put them on before the headlights are in. And I have another bag here for hardware. Just simply says headlights. And let's see, I can get these 2 off, I think. And notice, I can do it by hand. I am not using a ratchet to get these loose, so it makes it kind of nice. Man, if I had a Torx bit screwdriver, I think it'd be even easier, right? Now, this other one might be a little bit behind the light. Let's see. Nope, if I can get the tool in there, I can get it off, right? Hopefully it's not painted on there. Not sure how this light is actually held on. We'll find that out in a minute. Now, it should be free. And there you go. Just that simple. Now, again, I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to call this L and then T for the top. Just so that I know how it goes in, save myself a little time. So we're going to go L, and this is top. There we go. That takes care of the bezel. Now, getting the light out of here. It's an aftermarket, and All they did, it looks like, is put one screw, yeah, right up here in the corner, and it looks a little bit worn. Although it looks like the same size Torx bit, hopefully it fits in there. And then we can pull this light out, and I think this trim piece actually needs to be retained for the new bulb. We'll see. There's probably a screw down here or something holding this trim piece on. So let's see about getting this off of there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of fastener that is. If it's a fastener anymore at all. I think that will need to be replaced. Yeah, that feels like it's stripped. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I have the light out, as you can see. Sometimes it just requires brute force, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. Everything is so rusted and stripped. I tried to drill out this hole, forget about it. Without damaging the grill and everything else around it with the drill bit and the drill, and forget it, it's not going to happen. So these were loose to begin with, and I love these old style plugs. The headlight, I believe, just plugs right into the receptacle in the Jeep. But let me show you my solution to getting these out. And they're already loose because these are aftermarket knockoffs, I think, and they don't fit well in there anyway. So what I'm gonna do is apply a little muscle power, because everything is so brittle, the plastics on this, that it just kind of comes right off. So at least it did on that one. Let's give it a try. First, I should unplug it. Let's do that. Get my hands in here. Everything's kind of tight, surprisingly. And this should just unplug. And it does, just like so. So now the light is free, right? So we're gonna kind of just muscle it off of there. You ready? Here we go. That's it. Now the good thing is that we didn't damage any of the holders inside. You see these studs in here, they're all still perfectly well intact. And what these are for, I discovered, is actually adjusting the angle of the headlight. Hopefully the new kit came with new ones of those. Of course, getting those off may be a treat. But anyway, they're off, and all it did on here was kind of break these areas. They could, and look how brittle that is. It just falls off, man. And pull through. This one actually just pulled through. So didn't really damage much. Now, I do want to see, I'm not sure if we need these trim bezels or not. If we do, now that I have it out here where I can actually see it, I can drill through these at the workbench as opposed to trying to do it here on the Jeep. But you can see the headlights are out. Next up, we're going to remove this piece because the painter is going to paint the grill, and this needs to be gone, and we're replacing this anyway because it's torn over here. I don't know why it was. This Jeep was in a wreck. So my guess is the bumper that was on there before pushed back and tore this. Anyway, we're going to replace it anyhow. There's just supposed to be 4 bolts, 2 on each side. One here, which you can see is missing, and that one there. They are Torx bits. Hopefully they come off better than my experience so far. Let's look over here, and we're missing one over here as well. So we have 1 on each side to take off. So let me grab a Torx bit, and let's see if we can't get these off. I'm not sure what size. bigger than this one, that's for sure. I always go too small when I guess these, so I'm gonna go with a bigger one here. Let's see if I can see it under here. Yeah, that's right. So, wish me luck. Hopefully this twists right off of there. I don't know. Looks like it's painted on there. Let's find out. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Look at that. Love it. All right, that's that one. Let's check the other side. And you can kind of see this one right down through here, I think. If you can see what I see anyway. Okay. Critical part is when you first put your tool in and see if it's going to turn, and this one did. So that's a good thing. And that should free this, I think. I think that's all that holds it in. We'll find out. Of course, I'll want to save these screws, and we'll need 2 more once we get the new one. Hopefully the new one will come with some new screws, but I don't know. Who knows what we'll find under here. It's always a question. Now let's see, this should just pull off, I think. Oh yeah, there you go. Nothing living under here. That's good. Look how rusted this is, man. Very, very rusted. I don't know what this is. Looks like some kind of something. I don't know. We even have some kind of a line going through here. I don't know what that is either. But anyway, that takes this cover off. So it's going to be garbage, I think, down the road, but I'm not going to get rid of anything. And that's it. That takes care of that. So finally, I can get to what I've been looking forward to here, and that is the bed mat. So I'm going to flip the Jeep around, hopefully, and get to work on that mat. I don't think I have anything else to remove for the painter. He's going to tape up the fenders, so we don't need to really worry about that. The side lights are in the fenders, so we don't need to worry about that either. So let me flip it around and we'll get to work on that bed mat. Okay, everything is done. Let me show you the mat. This was simple. It was just cutting a square piece out of a bigger piece. That's what it looks like back here. Just a nice little touch, I think. And to protect the new carpet, pretty darn cool. I like it. I think it looks good, and it sits in there really well. So I think it came out pretty good. Anyway, that's just the latest on the 1999 Jeep TJ kind of refresh or restoration, depends on how you look at it, project. Much more to come as soon as we get the hood back and the fenders painted. We got a lot of other stuff to put on. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.